Hi, welcome to my podcast. In this podcast, I'll be asking some of the locals of our tight-knit community of Eureka, located in the upper northwest corner of Montana. The questions I will be asking them is what they find unique about Eureka and what their favorite thing about Eureka is. I hope you enjoy. Okay, I'm here with Heather Dunn, who is the sixth grade teacher and soon to be elementary principal. Why don't you tell me more about yourself?
Sure. My name is Heather Dunn. I'm married to Chad, who is a high school teacher at Lincoln County High School. We moved to Eureka, Montana in 2006. We've raised our three boys here. Our youngest, Danny, is going to be graduating from the high school this year. We originally moved to Eureka because we were wanting to be closer to family. Chad's sister and her family live here, or did live here. And so we wanted to be closer to family and live in a small community like we grew up in northern Idaho.
Nice. What's unique about Eureka?
I think that since we've been here, Eureka's gone through some different changes. We've had fluctuations of different population within Eureka itself. But what always stands out for us is that Eureka takes care of its people. Whether it's someone who needs to do a fundraiser for their medical treatments, or in our case, we had both boys. They had an opportunity to play baseball in Arizona, or my son Hank, who had an opportunity to play baseball in North Carolina. And so every fundraiser that we've ever done, or any type of money that people have needed to be able to do the different things or whatever they need in Eureka, the community has always supported it, and they come together and they help each other out. We do our join the Pride auction every year, and we raise thousands of dollars because the community comes and supports it because they believe in our kids. And so I think that's probably the most unique thing about Eureka. No matter what, you can see it on the community board on Facebook. Like, someone needs something, 50 people step up to help out with it. And so it's a pretty amazing place. We've seen a lot of people that don't understand, like when you're driving down the road and the finger wave goes, you wave at everybody as you're driving down a road, and outsiders, they don't get it, and they're like, why is everyone waving? And it's just kind of how it is. We take care of our community, and we're friendly, and we hold doors for people, and we say please and thank you, and we just are neighbors. We help each other out when people need it.
Yeah, I agree. Our community is very friendly with one another. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, now I'm here with Josh Brown, who is the Join the Pride leader at Lincoln County High School. Josh, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm a native of central Montana, north central Montana, a little town called Chester, actually a little bit smaller than Eureka. I've lived in Montana my entire life. I actually met my wife here in Eureka 22 years ago, and have lived in several places around the state. But yeah, I'm married and have 6 kids. I worked in healthcare for 20 years, and then for the last 2 years, I've worked here at the high school, actually for the county, for Join the Pride.
Awesome. What is unique about Eureka to you?
Yeah, being from a small town myself and having lived in several places in Montana, I would say one thing that's really unique about Eureka is just the amount of support that the community gives to youth. And it's not just athletics. I mean, I think when a lot of people think about Eureka, they think about the sports and the athletics and accolades that a lot of teams have achieved. But I think it's just support in all areas. The creative dance studio and what they've been able to do. You look at arts and music, I think whenever there's a need and someone puts out a need, there was always financial support, there's always volunteers, there are always people that are just willing to pitch in and do whatever they can for the kids in the community.
I definitely agree. Everyone's willing to help. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
You're welcome.
Hey, now I'm talking to Mrs. Kinchlow, who is currently subbing at the high school. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
We came here in the late 70s, and I started teaching the next year. Taught for, I think, 29 years at school. Then retired when some of the kids that I had taught came back to get jobs.
Yeah.
And so I thought, time for the old to get out and the new to come in, which would be good for us.
Nice. Okay. So what do you find unique about Eureka?
Well, I guess the best thing is that when we came, we thought we'd be here for about a year or two. And thought, small little town. We'd come from a larger metropolitan area, and we thought, we could put up with it for a while. We found out that it was a great town, wonderful place to raise our children, and now 2 of our children have homes here, and 2 live in Whitefish. I don't know that I think it's unique necessarily. I just think it exemplifies a lot of the good things about a small town, especially that people are so friendly and seem to know each other.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, that concludes my podcast. I hope you enjoyed hearing from some of the locals of our loving community of Eureka talk about what they found unique about Eureka. Thank you so much for listening.